Hey, thanks for the assist out there. And by the way, now that I've officially got the part again, it's not too late for me to pull some strings and get you a role.
I think I'm cool with sitting this one out.
Alright, well the door's open if I'm back for Rank and File 5. Although I heard R-Truth pitch the producers on making it an office drama with him as a star, and it's under strong consideration, so we'll see. Oh, by the way, I left tickets for my real parents again. No luck, though.
Still doing that, huh?
Yep. And who knows, maybe if they're not WWE fans, then they'll see me in the movie. Can't hurt.
Yeah, I guess.
Hey, before you go out for your match, you mind signing my script?
Sure. May you always have a happy Ranksgiving.
See? It is catching on. Haha.
Busy night for you, huh? I mean, if I were defending my title against an opponent like me, I might be just a little more focused on my match.
Don't worry. I'm more than capable of helping a friend out and beating you in the same night.
Well, while you've been off auditioning for movies and getting in fights with your old high school bully, I've been training for our match. You see, it's become a bit personal for me. You might even say I feel disrespected by your attitude. It's like everything's easy for you, huh? You show up in WWE and just waltz your way to the top? Well, that makes me angry.
Didn't you do the exact same thing?
Not even close.
You're right. It's not the same. Because I didn't have a famous dad to help me get here. I've earned everything I have.
There it is again. Disrespect. And speaking of that, beating me is not even on your list as far as I can tell.
I only put my goals on there, not things I expect to do.
Fair enough. Well, after tonight, you'll have a new goal to put on your list. Take back the Raw Women's Championship from Charlotte Flair.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Raw Women's Championship.
Corey, what do you think of the champ's chances here tonight?
I love him. I'm not like everybody else, Cole. It seems like everybody's ready to write the champ's demise, but not me.
And a lot of people look at her as one of the most dominant women of her generation. Would you agree with that assessment, Byron?
Oh, absolutely. But if she wants to be considered the most dominant woman of this generation, she's going to have to string together several more successful title defenses, starting with this one here tonight.
The Queen of WWE is here.
Already a legend.
Charlotte has spearheaded a movement to take this women's division to a level of competition.
Introducing the challenger from the Queen City, Charlotte Flair. And introducing the champion from Costa Rica, the Raw Women's Champion,
We're about to see which woman rules the landscape around here.
We've heard coming into this match that Charlotte has felt disrespected by Red, especially considering Red did not put beating Charlotte on her list.
Well, the list has proven to be a great motive. Motivational tool for Red and Trey, but now we've seen its potential downside. It's provoked Red's opponent tonight, who's already imposing enough without extra motivation.
It's kind of similar to bulletin board material in sports when a player talks trash and provides some extra incentive for their opponent.
What did you know about that? Anyway, some of those points are good, but the time for talk is over. Let's find out who can...
Whoa! And Charlotte was able to get out of danger there.
Lucky for her.
Right to the back. Wow, she turned that one around. Uh-oh, no, don't do this, don't do this. Challenger's a little worse for wear now.
She can withstand the punishment, though.
Not the first time.
Look at this.
Just a debilitating neck breaker.
Corey, Charlotte has so many tools she can use to defeat her opponent. Her athleticism, her power, her technical ability. What's the biggest strategy Charlotte needs to implement tonight?
Well, Cole, when it comes to the Queen, you can't get any better than her submission game. Her strategy tonight will most likely be to go after her opponent's knee to prepare for that figure 4 into the figure 8.
Abdominal stretch. It's locked in.
This is a great...
Not sure why, but she releases the hold.
I think she sensed her opponent was about to break free.
Charlotte made her pay for her mistake there.
Knee drop.
That was nasty.
So precise. Oh, and she turns it around.
Just caught flush.
Oh, again. The champ to the top turnbuckle. Oh, an elbow drop.
Oh, it's a piercing elbow.
Charlotte turns it around.
Nice move.
Oh, right to the jaw. Oh, right to the kidneys.
Golly.
Looking stunned.
Looking rocked. Ooh, impressive counter.
And another reversal.
Seems like we're back where we began, Michael.
Hammerlock. We knew we were in for something special between these competitors, but they are taking things over their own limits.
Whoa, not so fast.
Oh, what a shoulder breaker. Oh, my, down with authority.
Just wearing down the opponent.
Whoa, I guess she decided not to go for the submission.
And I thought she had her there, Cole. I guess not.
Charlotte with a nice reversal.
Changes her fortune there.
Suplex. Oh, foot just stomping down.
Face first, inverted STO.
This has been such a back-and-forth matchup. She looks like she's willing to do anything to end this thing.
She may have to. These two have battled back and forth, thrown everything they have at one another. But what on earth is next?
Steadily climbing.
What could she possibly be thinking?
All the way to the top! I think the champ's got it. Charlotte's just getting overwhelmed.
That's not something you see often for the Queen. Look at this one more time.
Covered by the champ. 2, 3. Retains the title. This is where we can see where Charlotte fell short of her legacy. She's taking care of business.
I just love it when the women put on a show like that one. You can see right here the moments that made this match a great one.
What a win for her here tonight. That'll knock Charlotte down a peg or two.
I think so, too. Thanks for tuning in for this championship match, and what an amazing match it was.
Hey, thanks for the assist out there. And by the way, now that I've officially got the part again, it's not too late. Can you believe they're all the way up to rank and file 7 now?
No, I can't. I thought they would have stopped making them after your performance.
Wow! Didn't realize this was a roast.
No, it's just that you definitely had some interesting priorities earlier in your career. First, it was the movie. Then you were obsessed with getting your own action figure.
It was on the list since day one.
Yeah, which made you super jealous when I got one before you did. Remember this? Are you still a little bit jealous?
No.
Are you sure?
I think you're exaggerating how I reacted.
Really? Because that's not how I remember it. Check it out! My first action figure! Pretty cool, right?
Awesome. They really nailed the detail in your face.
You didn't even really look at it.
Yeah, well, you know what they say about action figures. Once you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Literally no one says that. Wait, are you jealous because you don't have one yet?
No, I'm fine.
Okay, look, I get it. This was more your thing, but it's just an action figure.
It's more than that to me. Think of how you felt when I won a title in WWE before you did. It's like that, but 10 times worse.
Comparing titles to action figures might be a little extreme. But if it makes you feel any better, I'll wait and let you cross it off our list whenever you get one.
No, it's fine. Cross it off. You earned it.
I see you got your first action figure. We've had like 30 now, so it's kind of boring at this point.
Where's yours?
I think he didn't get one.
Well, that's awkward. I think even like Tom Phillips got one.
He doesn't really deserve it.
Well, that's true. He's lucky even to be on the roster.
Sorry, we got sidetracked with a private conversation that had absolutely nothing to do with you. But since apparently you don't have an action figure, we like to give you ours.
Happy Rusev Day!
Do you think he heard what we said?
Who cares? He's a loser.
I heard he freaking jerks, and if I had an action figure of my own, I would team up with Red's action figure to kick your action figure stupid plastic butts.
Or even better, how about we take them down in real life?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I guess we could do that.
WWE superstars end up facing each other in the ring for a variety of reasons. Tonight, Red and Trey are squaring off with Rusev and Lana because of, well, action figures.
But from what I hear, Trey was throwing a tantrum because he didn't get an action figure and then was apparently offended when Rusev and Lana tried to graciously give him theirs.
Hey, I can relate to Trey. I mean, you guys have them, but when am I going to get my own action figure?
Never. Never, ever, because nobody wants that, Saxton.
Jeez.
Long distance drop.
That's how you wear down your opponent. Boom, what a forearm. A cutter. I saw Rusev backstage earlier tonight, and he wished me a happy and joyous Rusev Day. I thought Rusev Day was last week.
Oh, my God, Cole. Every day is Rusev Day. Rusev Day is like Christmas, Thanksgiving, the 4th of July, all rolled up into one amazing day, and it's all to celebrate the greatest man in history, the Lion of Bulgaria, Rusev.
The second greatest man in history.
Who's the first?
The great Corey Graves.
Fair.
When Monday Night Raw comes to your town, do us a favor. Make sure you show up to be a part of the longest-running, weekly, episodic television show in history. It's starting to come together in a big way.
She's capable of bursts of great activity. The key is sustaining the effort.
Gets the tag.
So many different styles on display here in this mixed tag team match.
Suplex. Cover.
Kick out.
Not yet.
I'm still trying to process your Rusev Day conversation, Corey. Isn't Rusev Day just the ravings of a maniac pushed past his limit?
Saxton, I will not have you besmirch Rusev Day any further. Don't you remember when the mayor of Plovdiv giving Rusev Day the key to the city and making the declaration? That makes it a legal holiday, Saxton.
Or Fantasyland.
Face first right into the buckle.
The mighty Rusev looking a bit surprised by this assault. Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you live from the capital in North Carolina, Raleigh.
Uh-oh. German suplex released. He's climbing the turnbuckle. Will this pay off? Shining Wizard! Knee drop.
That was nasty.
So precise. Oh, again! That'll either wake you up or knock you out.
Oh, stomping away.
Single leg drop kick. We're in the feeling out process here. Who's going to get the advantage and maintain control? Not looking good, guys. You know, there's just so much at stake for these teams in this match. A win in this one is absolutely huge. Single leg drop kick caught him.
Rusev is getting a serious beating. He has got to fight back.
Setting up.
Time to end this.
Good luck getting up from that. Man, I wonder if Lana can survive this. It's going to take more than that.
On a painful stretch here. Boom, boom, persistent barrage.
It's Lana with the offense.
And again, yet another counter. Whoa, it's another reversal. Striking blow.
That was a long way down.
Reversal! What a counter!
Big reversal.
Oh, man.
I don't think this is the best time for Lana to be trolling like this.
Hooked up. Big suplex. Hold on, guys. This isn't good.
Crushing impact from way up top.
This mixed tag's over. What a win. referee's 3 count ends this one. And there's your winner, folks.
This guy looks like he's ready to tear through the entire locker room, and I wouldn't put it past him.
Matches like that are the reason why I love this job so much.
In all seriousness, even though it wasn't as important to me, it was pretty cool when not long after that you got your first action figure and crossed it off our list.
But the fact we had different priorities is partly what made this work, because let's be honest, if we'd been competing for the same things, I'm not sure we could have been friends. You were just always so driven to be the best.
Maybe, but it's not like I was only focused on individual goals. Like, what about when we went to Smackdown Live and I ended up teaming with someone who was a great influence and mentor to me? I'm talking about Mickie James, of course! Stand up and take a bow, Mickie, you deserve it. You fought hard, but it just wasn't your night.
Let's face it, it hasn't been your night in a long time. Now, as general manager of SmackDown Live, it's my job to present a cutting-edge product, which means constantly introducing new talent to keep our brand fresh and exciting. But we can't add new talent without making subtractions. So I'm sorry, Mickie, but based on your recent performance, you can either announce your retirement or, unfortunately, I'll have to make that decision for you.
Wait, so you're basically forcing her out? She deserves better than that.
I understand where you're coming from, but like I said, this is bigger than one person. It's about protecting the brand.
There would be no brand without women like Mickie James.
You know what? It's okay. It's okay. I've been doing this a long time, and maybe I've lost a step. Maybe it's just time to hang it up.
No, you can't just accept this. There has to be another way.
Well, there is one other option, but it would just be delaying the inevitable. Mickie can continue competing on SmackDown Live, as long as she wins. But the very next match she loses is her last.
She'll do it.
I will?
All right. Good luck.
Look, I appreciate the support, but with my record as of late, I don't think I'll be sticking around too long.
Or maybe you will with me by your side.
What do you mean?
Big Show didn't say you had to win singles matches.
Are you sure you want to set aside your own goals to do this?
There's nothing I'd rather do than protect your legacy by sending you out on a winning streak. And one last title run. Win women's tag team championships with Mickie James.
Welcome everyone to the most iconic talk show ever, Iconic Talk, with your hosts, the Iconics. We just said iconic so many times.
You said it again. I think we just set a record.
Speaking of records, I want to remind everyone that we are now the longest running women's tag team champions ever from Australia.
They're also the only women's tag team champions from Australia.
Which brings us to my favorite segment of Iconic Talk.
It's time for Why Australia is Better.
This is the part of the show where we educate our audience on different aspects of Australian culture and explain
Why Australia is better.
Okay, what do we have this week?
The great sport of cricket.
Which has nothing to do with filthy little insects.
No, it's actually a sport that is very popular in Australia.
Think of it like a way better version of your horrible, dull baseball.
To further educate you on this superior sport, let's go over the laws of cricket, shall we?
There are only 42 of them. Shouldn't take long.
Law 1. A cricket team consists of 11 players, including a captain.
That's a great law. One of my favourites. Now, Law 2.
Hey, what are these two doing out here? There were still 41 laws to go. I wanted to learn more about cricket.
I think you were the only one.
Law 2. The Iconics should never be allowed to have a talk show, as it'll put everyone watching to sleep.
That's not an actual law.
Yeah, don't listen to her.
Why are you two even out here?
It's very rude to interrupt someone's talk show. I recommend you go back and watch the segment we did on manners.
We're here because we want a tag team championship match.
So you two are a team now. What are you calling yourselves?
Red and grey.
Because Mickey's so old, get it?
Hilarious. She really is a fossil.
You've never even teamed before, so what makes you think you deserve a shot at our titles?
Maybe because 8 years ago in Calgary, I beat you in my very first match, and I've only gotten better since then. Way better.
Oh, okay. So you're saying since a long time ago, I felt bad for my pathetic opponent and basically took the night off because I was freezing, that a decade later, when that pathetic opponent rears her ugly head with an elderly partner, they deserve a tag title opportunity? Makes sense?
That was sarcasm. The answer is no.
If you think that we need to prove ourselves as a team, then we'll do it right now in a non-title match. If we win, we get a championship match. And if you win, you end my career.
That whole career-ending stipulation is enticing.
Yeah, I forgot about that. It would be nice to put her out to pasture.
We'll do it.
But only after we finish teaching everyone about cricket.
Law 3. Never interrupt the Iconics.
The Iconics viciously attack Red and Mickey with those cricket bats.
And rightfully so. They violated Law 3.
Red and Mickey are going to be at a severe disadvantage going into this match with so much at stake.
If you're just joining us, this is a non-title match with the stipulation that if Red and Mickey can defeat the Iconics, they earn a shot at their tag team titles. However, if the Iconics win, Mickey James' career will be over.
And Red and Mickey are clearly not 100% after that brutal attack by the Iconics.
Look, no one wants to see a pioneer like Mickey James have her career come to an end, but it's going to happen sooner or later, and I have a feeling it'll be sooner, as in tonight, at the hands of the tag team champions.
What are we going to see here?
Hung up on the second rope. Neck breaker. She's looking a bit out of it here.
She returns the favor there. Neckbreaker.
Knife edge chop echoing through the arena. Oh, man.
That'll make your legs go numb.
I got right to the gut. She might be in some trouble now.
She really needs to make a tag here, guys. There's no way she can continue like this and expect to win the match. There's just no way.
Mickie James seizing the moment that time.
Oh, man. Nasty kick. Oh, the big boot.
Nothing fancy, but very effective.
Being contorted doesn't look good.
Uh-oh, no, don't do this. Don't do this.
Stomping. Ouch.
And it's Billie Kay showing some agility.
What's coming next?
Back suplex.
Very nice.
Looking to make the tag here.
A tag at this point can change the whole complexion of this match, Michael. Reverses. Can she take advantage?
Oh, no, we've got a problem here, guys. Neckbreaker. She seems to have gained the advantage here.
She's definitely energized, but she better make sure she saves something for later.
Face first. Inverted STO.
Boom! Comes in off the tag. Elbow smash! Definitely not where you want to be right now.
Oh, right to the face.
Oh, saw it coming.
She's got her. Ooh, backdrop suplex.
What a high angle right across the shoulders.
And I think we just might see. What a maneuver.
Forget it. She's counting sheep. Man, I wonder if Peyton Royce can survive this.
Tag. Ah. Wow. Oh. Side Russian leg sweep. Elbow drop.
Piercing.
That's how you wear down your opponent.
Clothesline.
Oh, that'll leave a mark. Mickie James seizing the moment that time.
Oh, what a chop block.
Elbow drop.
Piercing.
Pow, what a shot. She's taking a beating here.
I don't know how much longer she can go on. Absorbing all this punishment. She needs to find a way to make it to her corner and make the tag.
Oh, the mitt kick right on the money. She's calling for it. Uh-oh.
It's all over but the counting. And Mickie James might have just secured the victory.
2 count, 3, it's over. No, it's not.
She's not done yet, but you have to believe that she's still in all sorts of trouble here.
Kick.
Amazing reflexes on display.
Tag.
What are we going to see here?
Boom. Head first. Looking to make a much-needed tag here.
And if successful, we may be looking at a whole new match here.
Are we going to see the tag, Byron?
I think so, Michael. I really do.
right to the kidneys.
Golly.
Oh, again. Stringing together some big moves here.
She's got the skill and the stamina to really do some damage here.
No, another reversal.
Neither one of them are willing to give an inch here.
Planted face first.
7.
Scooped up.
Death Valley driver. Will she win it here? And the fight must go on.
And we continue.
Look at this.
Picking up speed.
Rolls through. This superstar becoming unglued.
Wait a minute. Fly. Well, that'll leave a mark.
Just a step quicker.
Scoop slam.
Face first, inverted STO.
She steers clear there. Not where you want to be at this point in the match, guys.
Definitely not.
Overhead suplex. Somehow has to find a way to make a tag here.
Completely agree. Getting the partner in here is absolutely vital.
She's getting closer, Corey.
Yeah, but I'd hate to see what happens here if she doesn't make the tag. What a great job by Peyton Royce to take advantage.
Crashing down hard.
Maybe thinking about some tag team action. What's this going to be?
What a slam.
Impactful. It'll jar your spine.
Absolutely has to make a tag here.
Yeah, but that's easier said than done, Michael.
Some serious damage to the arm being inflicted here.
She's really taken it to her core here.
And you can't argue with the results. Peyton Royce was able to get out of the way there. Peyton Royce.
Suplex. Great usage of her hips. Another one. Could the third time be the charm, Byron?
I think so.
The Venus flytrap. Can she shut the door on this one? Peyton Royce may just put, you know what that means? It means she probably has something even more devastating to finish her off with.
Oh, it didn't go as planned there. Here's the cover.
Boom! Did you hear the impact? Oh, right to the kidneys.
Golly.
Hoping to make a tag here.
And it sounds like there are a lot of people here tonight hoping for the exact same thing.
Looks like we're going to get the tag.
I think you're right, Michael.
Face first, inverted STO.
Peyton Royce was able to get out of the way there.
Tagged in.
Focused attack on the back.
She is just dominant right now.
That is a beautiful thing to watch.
desperately trying to get to the corner now.
It's not going to be easy, though, Michael.
Looks like she's going to make it, Corey.
Yeah, but looks can be deceiving, Cole. You know that.
So close, just a little bit more.
Oh, but it's those last few inches that are always the toughest.
Textbook vertical suplex. Bam.
Mickey James with a mick kick.
Look, Mickey James is on the attack now. Peyton Royce.
Suplex. Great usage of her hips. Another one. Could the third time be the charm, Byron?
I think so.
Looks like she's struggling for air.
And that's a direct result of this continued assault on the torso.
Uh-oh.
Oh, spiking DDT for the win.
There's two. They got it. Here are your winners.
Took on some damage there, but was still able to pick up the win.
These two girls make me think that we should have a women's tag team championship. Who do I have to talk to get that done?
You're watching WWE.
That was awesome! And considering our lack of experience together, I'd say we make a pretty good team.
I agree. I mean, you know what? I just want to say thank you for doing this. I could be sitting at home right now, but instead we have a chance to win the tag team championships. And even if my career does end, this is a heck of a way to go out.
Before you celebrate too much, we just found out your tag title match will be taking place on our home turf. That's right, in our great country, in front of our fans at Super Showdown.
It doesn't matter. We'll beat you anywhere.
Oh, you should also know it's going to be an Australian rules tag match, which are the most iconic rules.
What does that even mean?
It means it'll be no disqualification, tornado tag. Or willy willy tag, as we say down under. Hey Mickey, you should pack an extra week of clothes. You know, so you can go on holiday in Australia after we end your career. We'll call our grandparents and see if they know of any good senior resorts.
Hi, have I reached the voicemail of Bryce Decker? I think we both know I have. Oh, my goodness, Trey. When I saw that light...
Hey, man. Just wanted to say congrats on beating The Miz. He and I had some issues when I first debuted in WWE 2, so it never gets old seeing him get knocked down a peg. Maybe we'll cross paths one of these days. Funny how we always seem to be on opposite shows. Anyway, keep up the good work and look forward to seeing your movie when it comes out. Hey, man. Just wanted to say congrats.
Hey, I was flipping through channels while I was...
Welcome back to the Buzz and Cole Show, and we are talking...
Working title.
Cole, we've been doing this podcast for like 2 years now. I think it's safe to say at this point, we're sticking with that name.
Hey, I thought it was going to be Mr. CQ forever. And then I switched to Black Hole Cole, and then just regular Cole. So you never know when you might undergo a name change. And besides, at one point, didn't they talk about changing your name to The Buzz Encounter?
Well, that's a story for a different episode. What I want to talk about is what shocked everyone last week, and that was Trey from NXT showing up on Raw and beating Samoa Joe for the Universal title. I mean, talk about a debut.
Yeah, it reminded me of when I first debuted in Japan. I also showed up out of nowhere and beat their solar system champion, Fiji Tom. Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Yeah, okay, you're clearly just making that up.
Hey, you were busy flirting with Charlotte on Smackdown when I debuted in Japan, so how would you even know?
Okay, I watched your matches on the internet, Cole, and Charlotte and I are just friends, so I wouldn't call it flirting.
What'd you call it? Wooing?
Ugh.
See what I did there? Woo!
And yet again, we are absurdly off topic.
Woo! Sorry, once you start wooing, it's almost impossible to stop. Woo!
Okay.
Woo! Woo!
Are you done?
Almost. Woo! Okay, I'm good now. Please, continue.
All right, back to Trey defeating...
Woo! Sorry.
Welcome back to another edition of Women Who Fight with MMA Authority.
Hey.
Kit Lasco and yours truly, the pro wrestling prognosticator, Robin Ray.
Are you really calling yourself that now?
Uh-huh, because that's what I do. I prognosticate.
You correctly predicted that Red would hold a title within a year of winning the Mae Young Classic, and now for the last month, you haven't stopped bragging about it. It's really not a good look.
Whatever.
Oh, but I guess you need to get your bragging in while you can before Red loses her championship back to Candice LeRae in their singles match.
And what makes you so sure that's going to happen?
Because Red's had that brutal eye injury, and there's no way she's been able to train consistently. Maybe she could overcome that in a normal match, but not in an Iron Woman match where stamina means everything.
Oh, since when are you an expert on stamina? You get winded going up my podcast studio stairs.
You mean your parents' basement stairs? Which happen to be very steep. And I'm an expert because I cover MMA, okay? So I know a lot more than you do about how a fighter's cardio and training can affect the outcome of the fight.
Fine, fair enough. And speaking of MMA, I have to mention the article you just wrote about how MMA star Brooklyn Von Braun and Red actually went to high school together. That is such a crazy story.
Dude, I know. Yeah, Brooklyn only had limited time to talk to me because of her busy schedule, but she had some very interesting things to say about Red and her friend Trey. I'll leave it at that.
Well, I won't, because at one point, Brooklyn claimed Red used to change in private after gym class because she had 3 butt cheeks. You gotta read the article, people.
Gotta read it.
It's crazy.
Coleman, did you happen to catch NXT last week?
I never miss it. I like to watch and say, yep, better than that guy. Oof, better than that loser. Way better than that turkey.
Sounds like a fun way to watch the show.
It is. But there is one guy there who is pretty awesome. I can't remember his name, though. Rhymes with Fanny. Looks like he's about 17.
Oh, you mean Manny?
No, but that's close. Maybe it was Nanny or Granny? Nah, it'll come to me.
Anyway, I wanted to ask what you thought about Trey hijacking the show and calling out Velveteen Dream. Kind of reminded me of when we invaded NXT a couple years back.
Yeah, but when we did it, we had super cool costumes from my Uncle Don's costume shop in Syracuse, New York. You're welcome, Uncle Don.
Well, our little stunt in NXT kind of backfired with Triple H and Baron. But so far, it looks like it's working out for Trey because he ended up getting Velveteen to be his partner for the Dusty Classic.
Cranny! That's it!
That's definitely not it. Your thoughts on Trey?
He's a loudmouth, and all he cares about is his look and doing whatever he can to entertain the crowd. Hey, how about you focus on winning a match, you turkey?
Okay, I feel like you're trying to make turkey into a thing, but it's not really happening.
That's exactly what a turkey would say.
Ugh.
Welcome back to a special live edition of Women Who Fight, recapping everything we just saw at Evolution, where Red completed her improbable run by defeating Rhea Ripley to win the Mae Young Classic. Kit, I seem to remember you being pretty confident that Rhea Ripley was going to win the whole thing.
Well, I also seem to remember you thinking Io Shirai was going to win it. At least my predicted winner made it to the finals.
Okay, so we were both wrong. Okay, but let's talk about what this means for Red going forward. The Mae Young Trophy's nice, but you have to assume the even bigger prize she earned tonight was a WWE contract.
Well, yeah, more specifically an NXT contract. I wouldn't be surprised if we see an announcement regarding that very soon.
Based on the success of previous winners, Kairi Sane and Toni Storm, I don't think it's crazy to think that Red could capture championship gold in the very near future.
Whoa, take it easy there. She doesn't even have a deal yet as far as we know. And besides, didn't you learn your lesson on wrongly predicting the winner of the Mae Young Classic?
I'm just saying, Kairi Sane won the NXT Women's Championship less than a year after winning the first Mae Young Classic, and then Toni Storm won the NXT UK Women's Championship only a few months after she won last year's Mae Young. There is data to back this up.
Okay, but just because it happened for those women doesn't mean it will happen for Red. I think you're getting way ahead of yourself.
Okay, we'll revisit this at a later date and see if I was right. Until then, let's get back to discussing an amazing show.
Welcome back to the inaugural episode of The Buzz and Cole Show. I am one of your hosts, WWE superstar Buzz, and I believe we have my co-host on the line now. Cole, are you there? Did we figure out our technical difficulties?
Yeah, I'm here, and that's still a working title for the show, right? Because I feel like we can do a lot better. You get my email with the list of names I came up with?
Yeah, I did. I figured we'd discuss them off the air, though.
And let's hash it out now. Oh, that's a good one. Hashing it out. Could maybe even get some kind of hash brown sponsorship.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that one. What else you got?
Bro by bro.
Welcome to another edition of Women Who Fight, where we cover everything from the world of women's professional wrestling and mixed martial arts. As always, I'm your host, Robin Ray, along with my good friend and MMA pundit, Kit Lasko.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction, Robin.
You're so welcome. Okay, the main topic I'd like to discuss today is the upcoming 3rd annual Mae Young Classic tournament. We're only a couple months away, so the participants should be announced soon, right?
Well, honestly, it doesn't really matter who's in it, because mark my word, Rhea Ripley is going to win the whole thing this year.
Okay, didn't you say that last year?
I don't recall.
Well, nonetheless, in 2018, Rhea lost in the semifinals to Io Shirai, who then went on to be defeated by Toni Storm in the finals. So if anything, shouldn't Shirai be the favorite?
Well, I guess if you're painting by numbers, I mean...
What? Painting by numbers?
Yeah.
It's all speculation at this point. We don't even know who's in the field yet. There could be some dark horse who comes out of nowhere to win the whole thing, but as of right now, I can only go off what we do know.
And if you actually think about who's driven to win this thing, and who has all the tools to do it, it's Rhea Ripley.
Okay, then please provide some evidence to support that statement.
Pundits don't need evidence.
I can tell this is going to be another one of those shows.
Yeah.
Welcome to another edition of Women Who Fight, where we cover everything from the world of women's professional wrestling and mixed martial arts. As always, I'm your host, Robin Ray, along with my good friend and MMA junkie, Kit Lasko.
Do you have to say junkie? It sounds like I need to attend a meeting.
Oh, come on, it's just a figure of speech.
Okay, so figure out something else to say.
Okay, fine. Well, I was going to discuss the huge announcement of the new Smackdown Live Women's Championship by GM Daniel Bryan, but since it seems like you're all fired up today, let's start with some MMA talk. What do you got?
How about MMA aficionado? Or pundit? That sounds fancy.
You know, I'd prefer not to spend any more time on your show intro.
Okay, whatever. What I'd like to pundit on is MMA phenom, the American hero, Brooklyn Von Braun, who just dominated her most recent fight to advance her record to 5-0.
Ooh, American hero, huh? Well, I guess she thinks pretty highly of herself.
Well, she's certainly confident, yeah. But the thing is, she can back it up.
Okay.
You remember, I mentioned her last year when she first debuted, and I'm calling it again now. She is going to be a megastar in MMA.
Well, speaking of megastars, let's talk about my prediction on who will win the six-pack challenge to be crowned the first ever SmackDown Live Women's Champion. I'm going with Becky Lynch. I feel like she's ready to become the cornerstone of SmackDown Live and maybe even WWE.
Look, I appreciate your enthusiasm and also all the progress that the women have made, but cornerstone of WWE? I hope I'm wrong, but I just don't see that happening.
Well, I have a good feeling about this, even though I'm not a pundit.
No, you're not.
Gord Wilson here, welcoming you back to Calgary Musings, your guide to living in the Stampede City. I want to update everyone on this past weekend's Winterfest, which was a huge success. Sure, there was a slight malfunction with some folks being stuck on the Ferris wheel, but really, isn't that just free bonus ride time? And most importantly, there were no wild moose attacks this time around. One of the highlights of the weekend was the wrestling matches put on by our loyal sponsor, Riley Flash. Standouts included his student Red, who in her debut match defeated Peyton Royce from NXT. But I think my favorite part of the night was when this guy Trey, another one of Riley's students, got his tongue stuck on one of the metal barricades at ringside. Luckily, a fan with some hot cocoa helped him out. But man, talk about a sticky situation. Am I right? Anyway, while we're on the subject of wrestling and Riley Flash, let's take a quick break to hear from our sponsor.
Hi, I'm Riley Flash. You may know me from WWE television when I carried the Macho Man's fancy chair to the ring, or the time Papa Shango set my feet on fire. Nowadays, I'm helping mold the superstars of tomorrow. So if you think you have what it takes to step in the ring, come on down to Riley Flash's Wrestling Academy. And for a limited time, if you mention this ad, your first training session is completely free, other than a one-time non-refundable initiation fee. So if you think you have what it takes, then give me a ring, and I'll see you in the ring. Riley Flash is not affiliated with WWE in any way whatsoever. All sales final.
Welcome back to Women Who Fight, where we cover everything from the world of women's professional wrestling and mixed martial arts. I'm your host, Robin Ray, along with my good friend and MMA junkie, Kit Lasco.
Hey.
So, Kit, I know you've been dying to talk about the Ronda Rousey situation, so have at it.
Well, look, everyone has already broken down Ronda's title loss to death, so I don't think there's any need to cover that, okay? But what I do want to talk about is who's next. Assuming Ronda is going to be out a while, who's the next big thing to come along in MMA and take over the division like Ronda did?
Oh, well, I was prepared to discuss upcoming opponents for Charlotte's Divas Championship, so don't ask me.
Okay, fine. Well, I'll just hit you with one name to remember. Brooklyn Von Braun.
Okay.
She was a state champion wrestler in high school who has recently made the transition to MMA, and she looked absolutely dominant in her first couple fights.
Brooklyn Von Braun.
Von Braun.
Von Braun. All right, got it. All right, so can we talk about Charlotte now?
Dude, we only spent like 10 seconds talking MMA. WWE always gets the majority of the show. What's up?
Well, it is my studio.
It's your parents' basement.
Yeah, that's been converted into a professional podcast studio.
Your mom brings us oatmeal cookies and lemonade.
Okay, do you not want her to do that?
No, I'm just saying we should be balanced with our coverage.
As always, Women Who Fight also applies to your two hosts. All right, let's just take a break and sort this out.
Yeah, whatever. Fine. I think I just heard the timer go off on the cookies anyway. They smell really good.
Yeah, see?